2, 1. Okay. Solving linear. Oh, well done. Well coordinated, Lila. Impressive. Solving linear systems by elimination. So I have said many times now there are 3 basic ways to solve systems, right? Systems of equations. What are they?
Substitution, elimination, and graphing.
I said first.
So substitution, elimination, graphing. Right? Now, which are the more accurate methods?
Substitution and elimination.
Right. Because they are algebraic, right? So they are going to be much better. Yes, I'm sorry?
Wouldn't elimination take a long time? Because I remember trying that.
Actually, depends. So in the back table, you guys are talking way too much, especially not during my lecture, okay? Okay? So Ben just asked an important question. He says, wouldn't elimination take a long, long time? Sometimes, yes. Sometimes it is way faster to use substitution. But sometimes it is way faster to use elimination. Like, think about it. If I had to do substitution with this, right? Let's just think about it. Let's just take, I've got to have an x equals or y equals, right? So let's try. Let's do the second one. So I've got negative 2x plus 5y equals 13. Let's say I add 2x to both sides, right? Because I'm going to solve for y, so it says y equals. So I have 5y is equal to 2x plus 13. Now, I have to say y equals, not 5y. This is not how to do this. This is the wrong way. So I wouldn't necessarily write this down. Just watch.
Oh.
Divide by 5, divide by 5, divide by 5. That gives me y is equal to 2/5 x plus 13/5. You guys agree with me?
Yeah.
Right? Now, oh, it's easy now. Look, all I have to do is circle what y equals, and I just have to substitute that into the y. Right? Wouldn't that be easy?
No.
No. Right? That would be a nightmare. Right? Do you see what I'm saying? Therefore, elimination can be your best friend. Right? Because you can solve this very easily with elimination. In fact, you can solve it in like 3 strokes. It's that quick and that easy. It's amazing. In fact, this to me, elimination, is one of those magical things. It's like every year I have to rethink through why it works. And I haven't rethought it through yet to this year. So I can't remember why it works. And that's okay, because it's magic, right? It's awesome. So clearly, none of us want to do the substitution method for this one, right? That would have been a nightmare, right? Would have been not very fun. Well, I mean, it might have been fun for some, but I didn't want to do it.
Yeah.
Not right now. So I had 3y, right?
Yep.
Okay. So does anybody look at those 2 problems for a second? Do you have an idea of what you could possibly do? Just brainstorm. Say it again. What do you mean, subtract?
Well, the way you position the problem,
Uh-huh.
it looks like subtraction problem.
It does look like a subtraction problem, right? Because I drew this line, didn't I? I drew that silly line. Isn't that funny? Huh. Wonder why I did that. Elimination. Elimination. So London, you're totally right on. Elimination. What? Go ahead, Mira.
Is it when you like basically do it like an addition problem because there's no subtraction after just negative signs?
Right.
You just add them, and so it would be 8y equals.
Wow, look at that.
No.
Look at that.
No.
8y is equal to 24.
It would be 8y.
Oh my God, we got rid of the x's just by adding these 2 equations together. We eliminated, right? Eliminated, terminated. I call this the terminated method. Right? Right? But okay, so London, you've got a good question. That is negative 2x. It's not minus this whole fraction, the whole equation, right? So really, we're adding these two equations, but we want the coefficient, remember what coefficient is, right? The number in front of the x, or the number in front of the y. We want the coefficients to be exactly the same, except one of them's got to be positive, one of them's got to be negative. Do we have that here?
Yeah, but what if they're not?
We're not there yet. Just understand this first. So, if the coefficients are exactly the same, except one is positive, one's negative, then we can just add the two equations together, and immediately we eliminate the x. Immediately, right? Does that make sense? So let's do it. So when we add them together, look, those cross out. So all I have is 8y is equal to 24. Oh wow. Now I divide by 8, y is equal to 3, right?
Oh, that was a lot.
So I'm done, right?
No.
No, you didn't know X is.
Oh, right. I don't know. It's gotta get both. I gotta have a point, right? So now what do I do to get my
Oh,
x?
you put in the y. You substitute the y's.
Yeah. So which one do I have to use though?
The first one.
It can be any.
Either.
It can be either one. It can be any of them. Good job, London. Right? Doesn't matter, because think about it. It's a system of equations. The point we find is going to be true for both, right? It's that point that's true on both lines. So it doesn't matter. It's going to be y is 3 in both of these, right?
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter. Just choose one. I'm going to choose the top one. So if y is 3, I've got 2x plus 3 times 2, times 3, sorry, equals 11. So 2x plus 9 is equal to 11. Subtract my 9. I have 2x is equal to 2. X is equal to 11.
One. What?
I just wanted to see if you were awake. Right? X is equal to 1. So my answer is technically 1 comma 3, right?
Yeah.
Right? See how quick and easy that was? Remember how bad the substitution method looked?
So it
Right?
could go either way.
So
You
some
can
of
use
them,
either
on some of them, yeah, you can use substitution for anything. You can use elimination for anything. You just may have to manipulate the equation so that their x's are under the x's and the y's are under the y's, right? Yes.
If the X's are the same though.
Ah, that's a really good question. What time is it? Okay.
Yeah.
11 minutes to show
The homework is just on these, right? Just to practice and get used to it. Tomorrow we're going to go a little further, but let me answer that now because I do have a little time, right? So let me answer that. Can I erase this?
Yes. Michael's not here.
What if I had? Let me grab my book. Let's say I had this one. What if I had 4x? I can tell you guys are going to let me go faster on this than other classes have, so which is good. I'd love to get through this quickly. Okay. What's the problem with what I wrote up there?
The X's are the same number, and they don't.
Ah, but the y's. Look at the y's. So you're looking at the coefficients of the x's. They're definitely not the same, right?
Yeah.
Not even close. Ah, but then the y's. Oh, they're so close. What's the problem though?
They're
positive.
They're both positive.
No.
They're both positive. If I added these together, would I eliminate anything?
Nope.
No. I'd have 9x plus 6y is equal to 0. Lila has an idea.
You just switch the sign with everything. Like so that the two is positive. And the
Okay. So I'll switch this to a negative, that to a
no,
negative.
I mean on the bottom.
Oh, just the bottom.
Yeah, just the bottom.
Oh, now can I just do that? Can I just randomly go in?
You can multiply it
It's just multiplying it by
negative.
negative.
Just
Right.
subtract it off.
If I multiplied this bottom equation by -1, right? Wouldn't that make everything the opposite sign?
Yeah.
This times -1 is -5x. This times -1 is -3y. This times -1 is +2. You with me? right? I just multiplied this by negative 1, and I got that.
Couldn't you also just
Right.
subtract it?
But subtract
Or
will do the
subtract
same.
everything?
I could. That is another method. I mean, it's the same thing, basically. It's the same thing. I've done it for years both ways with kids, and I just find that they're more likely to get it right if they convert it and add them, right? But that's because what happens is when you subtract, you have to subtract everything, and people get the negatives get confusing. And so I just suggest that you just change all the signs on one of them, and then add, right? It just is easier. You're more likely to get it right. There's just too many places to make a mistake. So what would I get here?
Negative x.
Negative x, and then equals 4. Ah. Now, this is where I just leave it as negative x, right?
No.
Oh, Gary.
I can't ever leave it as a negative x. I've got to say, what is x? So what do? Multiply everything by negative 1, right? Meaning, I change the signs of everything. Negative x becomes positive x, equals positive 4 becomes negative 4, right? Great. So now I have my x. Yes, London.
What happens if there's no like, for that problem, what happens like 3y and then negative 3y, like, what happens if it's not the same number?
Oh, see, you guys are good. You guys
Yeah,
are
what
good.
happens if they're both not the same amount?
Ah, okay. We'll say so. Let's
but
just
first we have-
quickly finish this, okay? Quickly finish this. So I'll just use the top one. 4
Because it's easier.
times negative 4 plus 3y
I said a word.
equals 2. So what's this?
It made it sound weird.
Negative 16 plus 3y is equal to 2. Add 16, add 16. 3y is equal to 18. So divide by 3, y is equal to 6.
Wait, Harry, Gary.
Harry?
I'm sorry.
Gary?
I'm Harry Potter, Harry Potter.
I'm sorry.
Yes.
It was. Never. Wait.
So I just replaced the negative 4 in for x, right? So that's
Yeah.
negative 16 plus 3y equals 2. Add 16 to both sides. 3y equals 18, divide by 3, y is equal to 6, right?
Okay, yeah.
So there's my answer. Okay, so now let's go with this next question. Did you hear her question? Mira's question, is it? Or Lila's?
It was mine.
Mira's.
What happens if they're two different things?
All right, so let's try that. Let's try that. Let's say, what did I do with the book?
Mira or mine?
Was originally one.
Okay, let's say we have this. 8x minus 4y. So you should write these down in your notes because we're going
Oh.
much further than I expected today.
Oh,
And then 4, no wait, sorry. Oh, wait, what's
Oh,
going
I
on?
got an idea.
I totally forgot.
I know.
Sorry, hang on, that's not the one I want. I thought I was reading that one. Sorry. Hang on, I gotta find one that's right. It's, no. Okay, hang on. Oh, maybe that's the next section. That's probably the next
No,
section.
you don't.
Oh yeah, okay, here we go. Here we go. How about this one? 6x plus 5y equals 19.
Wait,
And then I have
this one's
2x plus 3y equals 5.
Oh wait, he changed it.
Did you multiply everything by 3 and then like,
What? Say it again?
multiply everything by 3 and then to make so it's 6x.
Yeah. So look, I could. The question is, I have 6 and 2, and I have 5 and 3. Now, can I turn the 3 into a 5 somehow? Not easily. But could I turn the 2 into a 6?
Yeah.
By multiplying it times what?
3.
But I got another
By 3.
question now.
But since I want them to be opposite signs, let's multiply it by
Negative 3.
negative 3. You see what
I
we're
have a
doing?
question.
Makes sense to you?
Different question now.
Right? So here we go, negative 3, and I'm going to multiply it times this whole thing. So I'm going to write it under here. So I got negative 6x minus 9y is equal to negative 15. This is where people forget. they often don't multiply this number times this last thing. And so they'll leave it as 5 and they'll definitely get it wrong. Yeah, question.
What happens if it's like 5x and then 5x and then 5y and then 3y?
In other words,
3x and then 3y.
What if you can't multiply by
you
something?
guys are really good. You keep asking for each one.
What if
Impressive.
Is it
I meant
correct
like,
number?
no, I meant
Okay, I know exactly what, yeah, I know what you're asking. I know what you're asking. I'm just gonna run out of time. That's my problem. I'll do those tomorrow, okay?
Oh.
We'll just do these today, and I'm gonna redo the homework because I think it's too easy for you guys.
No.
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 Gary, please.
No. Learn better.
All right, I'll just give it to you, and then tomorrow maybe we'll spend class time practicing some. Does that work? And then that way, okay. So look, so now I'm gonna just bring this one back down here so I have it next to each other. Plus 5y equals 19. Okay, can I add those together? And it will eliminate my x's, right?
Yes.
Negative 6x plus 6x is nothing. So now I've got negative 4y is equal to 4, right? So if I divide by negative 4, y is equal to negative 1. Great, so now I just substitute that in. So 6x, what am I? Plus 5 times negative 1 is equal to 19. So 6x minus 6 equals 19.
5, Gary. What is this math?
Oh, yes.
Gary,
Right, sorry.
Question.
Sorry.
5 and change it on the other side.
Plus 5.
Yeah.
Where am I?
Like what Gideon said.
Plus 5
Plus 5.
Equals
6x is equal to
24.
24. X is equal to 4. There we go. So the
Yay.
answer is 4 comma negative 1. Right? Right? Awesome. You guys are amazing. I lost you somewhere. No? You get it? Or you're just practicing with class?
His eyes gave him away.
I know. I do the same thing. So where are you confused? This part or this part? So Gideon, for everybody, you're looking at the numbers in front of the X's, right? See how there's, you guys in the back, you guys are too noisy. I'm sorry, but please, Lila, you're not hearing me? Please stop talking, okay? Really stop right now. The numbers in front of the X's have to be the same number. Does that make sense? Or the numbers in front of the Y have to be the same number. No, they're not. And so it's legal to change them by using a legal mathematical method. And so it would be really easy to multiply the 2 times negative 3 to get negative 6x. Does that make sense? You see what I'm doing? So I'm just looking at these two numbers, 6x and 2x. And I want it to be 6, so I could multiply 2 times 3, but I want it to be negative, so negative 3. And so since I'm multiplying negative 3 times this, I have to multiply the negative 3 times this. And I have to multiply the negative 3 times this. And so that's what I did. And suddenly, look, I have an equation now that has a negative 6x. All I did is I brought this one down here so that I could have it next to each other so I could see them and add them, right? It's not as hard as it looks. But the homework tonight, you're going to find that the coefficients are exactly the same, except one's negative, right? So all you have to do tonight is draw a line underneath them, put a plus sign, and add them. And you will have eliminated one of the variables. It's really easy. It's not going to be hard for you. You're going to be blown away how quickly you get the answer, right? And then tomorrow we'll work on these kind of things, right? We'll practice these. But tonight is not going to be practicing these harder ones, right? That'll be like tomorrow, okay? So it'll be fine. Don't worry.
Gary,
Yes.
you should add a line under like after you multiply, so you don't get confused that